all about it. The stuck together, stuck in a room, stuck in a closet, stuck together somewhere where they can't get out, and they're like forced together.
They're like forced to confront their bullshit, is what it is. There's no like scampering away and grabbing a beer when you are in a tiny little literal closet, like an inch from each other.
Right.
And then like a broom shifts and all of a sudden a knee is between somebody's legs.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh goodness, boners. How did that happen? Totally no
totally
homo.
normal. It's normal. Totally normal reaction.
Yep. And I mean, the stuck together or forced together trope is huge, and it's been huge longer than this fandom has been around. I mean, it probably started back with like Star Trek. But I know that like snowed in, being stuck in like Canadian shack, or like
yes,
anything like that. Like somebody gets hurt on a hike and they have to like camp it out overnight, huddle for warmth.
In a cave. Yeah, huddle for warmth. I love huddle for warmth.
Or like, how about like somebody is gonna, like, it ties into hurt comfort too, when somebody is like injured and, oh, I'm really worried you're gonna be hypothermic, so let's get butt naked in this sleeping bag. And I mean, that's a trope that happens in like TV shows and movies all the time.
Totally. It's one of those things where if you don't play it correctly, it could be very cliche, which is a really careful line that you have to walk between having a well-loved and adored trope and having a cliche where people are just like, ugh. Like, everybody loves when the TV show does that musical episode, you know?
Oh, God, yes.
But you can't do a musical episode every season. You get one.
Exactly. So you gotta save it for, like, later on in the show when you have, like, a shit ton of established characters. But, like, a lot of cliches, I feel, like, even things that are legitimate cliches, can be played right if they are done a little bit differently. Like, if you just sneak a little subversion in there, you can do it, like, really well. I think almost anything. At this point, I think, like, coffee shops, barista AUs, have started to become kind of a cliche in fandom in general.
Yeah. I have to be, like, in a capital M mood to read them, you know what I mean? Because they're all slightly similar, but they still give you the feel.
Like, they're one of those ones that I get excited about, and then I read the summary, and I either am all in, or I pass it over. Because the premise needs to be there. There needs to be something unique about it to, like, really catch my interest. And I mean, that's the same thing with, like, the doctor and nurse, or... I know for a lot of people, pretend relationship is there, but I will literally never get tired of pretend relationship. Period.
Especially if you relate it to a case fic.
God, yes.
Like... So, okay, let me recap real fast, okay? Case fic, campground, trapped together, which means they have to bunk together because they're in a fake relationship, and they end up falling in love at the end. Right? Come
Absolutely.
on. You'd read that. They find the ghost, they solve the mystery, couple stop getting kidnapped, and then at the end they're like, we're in love.
The best thing is when at the end, they're like, there's pining. So at the end, they're like, oh, well now we don't have to, like, pretend to be in love anymore. Oh, I'm gonna really miss this. And then it's like, wait a second, we're stupid. Let's just fuck for real.
I think on the opposite end of fake relationship is the competition trope, where it's like enemies to lovers, we're going for the same promotion, we have competing shops, competing pizza places, we are going for the same baseball team, you know, that I hate you, but I kind of respect you, but at the same time you're a dick, but now we have to work together, so... Or like... Okay,
hold up for like 1 second, because I was looking at the chat, and Luke, Haiku Hamster, was like, go from bro jobs to blow jobs.
Yes! Hashtag.
Okay, I'm sorry, continue.
No, I mean, yeah, but that's what it is. It's like, it's like they need to rely on each other, but they hate each other. There's like that one thing that like just pisses the other guy off. And then towards the end, it's that one thing that they're like, I don't know why this ever bothered me because that makes you who you are and that makes you really special to me. Like, I love that trope where they like have to get past themselves. It's kind of like the Dean coming out trope. You know what I mean? Where he's like very performing Dean, doing exactly what he thinks he needs to do, being hyper masculine, and then towards the end, he's like, no, it's okay. I kind of did like when she made us wear her panties, you know?
Yes. Speaking of my favorite trope, period.
Hit me. I'm ready.
Dean in panties.
Oh, no. I'm going to correct you. Dean in panties drinking coffee is your favorite trope ever.
That's probably true. Like Dean in the morning drinking coffee where he's got like stubble.
Yes.
Yeah. Pink panties, specifically. You guys know, like, my username on Tumblr is Panty Dean. Like, that is beyond my favorite.
It's very true. It's very true.
And it's just so good, because he's such a manly man, but then, like, when he's masculine, and it's, like, Canon Dean, and so he's got the stubble, and he's, like, tired, and he's got, like, scars, but then he's also, like, soft. Yes. At the same time, that's my favorite. Because it's just like, yes, you can be both, sweetheart.
Absolutely. And I think it's that dichotomy that makes Dean really special. Because he does have these really hyper-masculine ideals. You know, he's got his muscle car and he's got his guns and he really wanted to fire the grenade launcher. But then he's also got this intense history of, like, cooking. And, you know, he folds his clothes before he puts them in his duffel bag. And Sam has canonically been proven to just throw his in the trunk. Like, he's got these really peculiar aspects of his personality that make him such a wonderful, compelling character.
Well, yeah, he's always kind of been, like, two sides almost at war with each other. And I think the writers kind of tried to make his, like, feminine and masculine sides be part of that. But it didn't quite work because Jensen plays it so well that they just mesh together instead of, like, being at war with each other.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And I've said that like 4 times already tonight.
We're just like, yeah, no, totally, man, yeah. It's good. We get along.
Yeah, well, you know. I honestly think, just to take away from tropes for a second and talk about this server, that I'm just looking at the chat and there are so many people in there and everybody is just fangirling or boying or personing, fan-beaning, because we're all human beings, over each other. And it's such a great place. So if the mods didn't get along, like, I feel like it wouldn't work as well. So it's good. It's good.
We're all a big family.
Yeah. So how can we...
I don't know what that was.
No, that's fine. I love it. How can we relate that back to tropes?
What about, like, everybody's alive and nothing hurts?
I'm just going to cry for a second.
I am a big fan, like, whenever I write fic, and keep in mind that I write lots and lots of fic that I straight up never publish. Because
which is rude. Rude.
I'm sorry, I just don't finish things, unless it's art. But every single fic that I write has, like, Ellen is in it, Joe is in it, Ash, like, random characters from, like, season 2 are in my fics. Like, everybody, period. Because everyone's alive and nothing hurts.
That's right. I have absolutely zero qualms about throwing that divergence tag on anything I write, because if I want this personality and this person, Charlie, in any of my fics, they will be there.
Charlie.
Okay, and Eileen, of course, because, yes.
Ellen, Joe, and Ash are big ones for me. Charlie and Eileen. Obviously, Eileen is very special to me. Yeah. But for some reason, Ash is also very special to me because he's a hot fucking mess. He drinks a lot of beer, but he's also like a giant, amazing genius person. Mm-hmm. And I just identify with that because I'm a hot mess that drinks a lot of beer, and I'm also really good with computers. And I have a mohawk mullet right now, so we're like basically the same person.
You do, and it's magnificent. So yeah, that's I'm pretty much on the same page with you there. It's just, I don't art, so I publish, I'd say 85% of the things that I write. So I'm always pulling characters from Which, because they kill off so many characters, so I'm always like, this character has so much more potential than they gave you, so I'm going to give you back that potential, and we are going to exploit you. Plus...
And that's the wonder of fandom right there.
Yeah. And you know what I think else is a trope? Bro TPs, which is almost as important as OTPs because Cass and Dean both have bro TPs. Hardcore.
For sure. Like, I feel like it used to always be Dean and Joe. Like, back in the day, it was Dean and Joe. And then Joe was gone, and then now it's, like, Dean and Charlie. And that is incredibly important. I am huge on the Cass and Sam bro TP. Like, I need that.
I know they're brothers, but I'm all about annoying Gabe and stone-faced, very calm Cass. I just love that. Again, I'm going to say it, Haiku Hamster, dichotomy.
It's good. No, it is good. And, like, Cass and Charlie?
Yeah.
Despite only really meeting in canon, once, they, in fic, they have, like, this fanon relationship.
Absolutely.
That appears in so many different fics that it's basically canon now. That they're just bros.
I feel like in the limited interactions that they have had with each other, it has been super hardcore. Like, shipper Charlie is almost as big of a thing as shipper Sam.
Really? And when their, like, powers combine?
Yeah, oh my god.
And they form Dean. Captain Shipper?
Dean just doesn't stand a chance. That's all it is.
And another trope is Dean not standing a chance against any of his loved ones.
No.
Because Dean is just, he's completely, like, ruled by his love for everybody. And so, like, he's hopeless. If anybody wants, like, anything, he's just like, I will protest, but you ultimately get what you want because I love you.
Right. Like, my favorite thing is, I think it's like a meme where someone says, I'm cold, and Sam's like, oh, why didn't you tell me sooner? Here, take my jacket. And that's it. That's the end of it. And Cass is like, I'm cold. And Dean pulls out like 12 scarves, 14 pairs of gloves, and he's just complaining the whole time. And he's like, why didn't you tell me you were cold? Why didn't you wear a warmer jacket? Blah, blah, blah. But he's just piling scarves and like blankets and jackets on the person because
but he's like so mad about it.
Yeah, but that's how he loves. Like, that's how you know.
It's adorable.
It's so cute. I don't mean to backtrack, but I'm going to because Meg Cass is my favorite bro TP.
They are wonderful. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan. I feel like Meg has the capability to be like Charlie's dark side. Like, if Charlie is the sun, then Meg is the moon, because Meg is so satirical and so and then Charlie's just like super chipper all the time, and I feel like they make a really great complement to like Castiel's stoicness and Dean's tendency to perform.
They really do. Like, really, like, I would ship that just so they could be like the Destiel foil.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move forward because I'm going to say 2 words and I know the chat is going to explode. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Wing kink.
All right. So, I read this fic, and I'm just going to throw it out there right now, because this was back in the day on LiveJournal, and I don't know, I have not been able to find this fic again. So I'm just going to throw it out there. If any of you guys know what it is, hit me up, because I want to find it again. There was this wing fic that I read back when Cass must have been on the show for all of, like, 5 episodes when this was published.
Oh my god, okay. We're really reaching deep into fandom lore.
We are. I'm good for that. So, it was about angel mating rituals, which is another big one that ties into wing fic a lot.
Absolutely.
Because, like, wing kink, wing fic, oftentimes it's about, like, the angel, like, peacocking, being a fucking bird of paradise with his stupid wings. This one was like that, but he was, like, hiding it, and he was building, like, a nest out of his feathers.
Yes!
And then he kept, like, stealing t-shirts and shit from Dean, but this went over, it was, like, one of those fics where they write, and it goes along, like, the whole season or whatever.
Oh, I was thinking of a much shorter fic, because I was like, I have this fic!
It's short, but it's, like, done in the way of it kind of being nodded at being codas.
I think I know what you're talking about. I have read quite
you
a few.
hook me up,
okay, I will.
And then we'll also post it on Twitter and Tumblr for everyone else, because I've been trying to find that fic for years.
No pressure, chat. Make sure you're digging deep. Go on my little archive bunnies. Help me find this fic, because I may have put my foot in my mouth.
Anyway, so back to wing fic,
Yes.
being like totally tied in with nesting and like performing affection.
Yes. I feel like there are two very distinct